All right, it's Friday, March 21st, just following up on the SPY. I discussed here how I reversed or I exited my call position with a small gain up here, reversed the puts around this, red bar. It followed through. I scaled out, set up an overage trade, kind of got to the midpoint of this whole opening consolidation area. I wanted to see if it kind of would work down to the lows of the day. We still might get there, but we got very volatile in this area. Had two chances to really follow through to the lows of the day from this midpoint, and now we're turning green. So I'm exiting this trade with a small gain. My put trade, I bought the 565 puts at 834. I scaled out at 9 to set up an overage trade. Just exited the rest of the position at 839. So overall, a little small gain here. Very similar to the small gain I took on the call trade, and I'm just sitting things out. It's tough to say what's unfolding. Intraday structure is technically up. It broke above its first bar high in this whole consolidation. We kind of held the midpoint of that on this pullback, and we're starting higher. But I don't feel comfortable that we're working to the highs of the day, although it's possible. We're still well below the midpoint of this prior, not only the midpoint, we're below yesterday entirely, and we're below the midpoint of this 4-day consolidation. So it's tough to know, at this point we had a chance to really break out and head up there. Now it's tough to say if we're going to do that, although it looks like it's trying to make another push higher. At the same time, it's not like we're breaking down through the lows of this. We've had two chances to do it, both at the open, where it consolidated, could have broke lower, or on this failure move, it came down to the midpoint, and I still think it could pause here and continue lower, quite frankly, but it's not doing it. So to me, I'm just, the environment is just too tricky, and I described that on the recap video yesterday. You really have to be nimble, in my opinion. At least that's what I'm doing with any trade you make, up or down. And the up trade didn't follow through, so I got right out with a small gain. My down trade didn't follow through, so I got out with a small gain. And now I just watch it, and I'll do a recap at the end of the day where this thing forms. It's possible we just break out strongly in the afternoon one way or the other, and I still say the downside is the higher probability of that. But at the moment, at least here for the morning, I'm out of the trade. There were some good trades early on Netflix and Roku to the upside, so still a good day of trading. The market itself is having a tricky time deciding what to do, but I think the SPY looks like it wants to close with a shooter bar if we stay below the open, this red bar, and that to me then kind of at least sets expectations to try to follow through lower into next week, and this bar can get a little more red before the end of the day, so we'll find out if that happens. But for now, I just wanted to follow up. If you really look through from the open on a gap down, we haven't done all that much all day long. We're kind of inside of that first bar range at the moment, now starting a little higher, but that doesn't mean anything relative to the way structure is unfolding. So kind of like yesterday, where it stayed inside of the previous day all day. Today we gap down, but we have a very narrow range. It's having a tough time directionally. So that's where it stands as we come to the end of the morning, and we will see how things end up today and at the end of the week.